Your live, interactive Good Day Maine's Friday Favorites starts right now.
Good morning. We're grooving.
Yeah.
We sure are on this Friday. Katie, you've got a one-day work week. You're especially grooving this morning.
I know. This is the best. And when it feels like a Monday, but it's actually Friday, that's like best case scenario, right?
Yeah.
And we have Dan here with us.
Hi. Make
which
my
is so
Friday
fun.
favorite debut.
Yay.
And you guys have been hanging out for most of the week, right?
We have. Yeah, I've been here since Wednesday. We had Steph the past 2 days, and it's been a lot of fun.
Crazy with me and Jeff on vacations and such, but it kind of makes the week go by and
A little fast.
Yeah.
Changes things up.
Yeah.
Definitely does, yes.
Well, Florida was amazing. And I came back yesterday, Christian, and I just, wow. It was so cold and so windy. It was kind of miserable.
Like a shock to the system,
I know. It's on the
Like
sun.
a slap in the face.
It was a slap in the face. So I brought the sunshine back, but definitely no warmth, unfortunately.
No warmth yet, but there are some hints of warmth. So I'm gonna accredit you with that. The warmer temperatures tomorrow, and that we're gonna get next week. Hopefully, you brought us some warm temperatures, Katie. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that must have been quite the shock to the system after 5 days of 80-degree temperatures. We got to 30s and wind yesterday. So yeah, this is definitely the time of year to escape and go to a tropical destination.
I think March is the best time to get away.
It's the perfect time because we're almost to the end of the winter season.
So there's hope. You come back
Exactly.
and there's some hope. Yeah.
We have
For snow lovers, there's no snow left. For warm weather lovers, there's no warm weather. Like, it's just kind of a lose-lose, I feel like, in the spring in Maine. So yeah, this is the time of year, I feel like, to go on vacation somewhere nice and warm for sure.
I know. And so Dan, and you're actually going to be skiing.
I'm trying to hold on to the season a little bit. Christian was saying today that the snow and the rain are going to hold off until like later this evening. So I'm going to take a ride up to Sugarloaf, Sunday River actually this afternoon, and try to get a few runs in. And,
might as well.
Conditions should be awesome.
Season, so I mean.
And you think he'll be good in the clear, Christian?
Oh yeah, I mean, today is an awesome ski day. Sunny skies and some increasing clouds, but I mean, the temperatures will be pretty comfortable. The snow conditions should be pretty good. No big warmth to mess things up today. So yeah, today's probably one of the last really good ski days because tomorrow in the 50s at all the ski resorts with rain, that's probably going to make things really slushy. And then when it freezes back up on Sunday, really icy as well. So yeah, probably one of the last really good days today, unless of course we get a big April storm, which is always possible in Maine. So
it's happened.
It is possible, but tomorrow is going to be kind of a mess. It sounds like.
It sure is. We're going to see all sorts of weather here over the next 24 hours. Snow. We're going to see plenty of rain. We even have the potential of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon.
Wow.
So I'm going to jump into our forecast here. Let's pull up our weekend forecast, and I'm going to put our little caption here. Weekend plans. Yeah, if you've got any.
You can put up whatever you want. Yeah.
Yes. she cut off my
the
banner.
Control battle.
Battle of the banners, I know, right? But yes, if you do have any weekend plans, it looks like the afternoon hours on Saturday, there will be a little window to do stuff. And then on Sunday as well, it's going to be sunny, just cool and windy. But hey, at least we get one half of the weekend with pretty nice weather.
Definitely.
Yeah, and so we're going to see some snow developing.
I mean, the fact that
you
said tomorrow is going to be great to get out. Hopefully after the rain leaves, we can get outside. It's clear.
I'm hoping we get at least 3 or 4 hours in the late afternoon where the sun is out. It's almost 60 degrees and it's really nice because that is certainly a possibility. Now, then we'll have to be watching out for some lightning and thunder as we head into tomorrow evening. So it's that time of year where you can really just get just about anything in Maine. You know, we're having snow, going to storms, 60s, all in 24 hours. So.
Yeah,
it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
Yes, that's right. And I'm going to step out. I forgot my clicker over here. And we're going to look at our snow map for tonight. Not a lot of snow is expected, but a little bit will fall. And most of us will see at least some flakes in the air. For most of us, it's just a coating to an inch or two if you're in the mountains, 1 to 3 inches. And maybe if the snow starts a little earlier than the forecast, Dan, you could probably ski with some flakes flying out there today. Now, as we head. I know that's always fun, right? Especially in late March. Yeah. Don't get too many chances to do that this time of year. But yeah, we've got the snow today. Then as we head into tomorrow, thunderstorms. I was saying this morning. This is probably the first time I've ever had a snow map back to back with a thunderstorm map. But here we go. We've got the chance for just some general storms tomorrow. But in southern New Hampshire, there is the risk of some stronger storms, and some of those could have hail and some gusty winds as well. And I could see some small hail or some breezy winds with the storms tomorrow here in Maine as well. So yeah, kind of getting a mixed bag of everything over the next 24 hours or so. And it's a great lazy morning ahead tomorrow. No one is going to blame anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lay in bed until noon tomorrow, it's going to be raining all day. And I know, Katie, you're just coming back from vacation, so that sounds like a good plan.
Oh, it sounds so good to just relax, sleep in, enjoy, and not feel like you have to do anything. Day. Right? Yeah. Maybe make a Sunday sauce or Saturday sauce. That's right up your alley. Yes.
Cook some Dan Lamparello sauce, Dan Lamparello meal in general. Oh my goodness, I need to be treated to one. I was there one time when he was making sauce, and it smelled heavenly. Sauce right here. Amazing. King of sauce. So the last name like Lamparello. I mean,
I know.
I'm obligated. Yes. Right.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so Christian, is that it for now?
Yes, that's it for now. I'll wrap things up in a minute, and I'll let you guys take it away with your stories. We also got Johnny Matthew in here. Come on. Yeah, Johnny's trying to record something. He's
Johnny. Wait, come back and join us because we want to talk to you about daylight savings time here, quick.
Yes.
Okay. Are you filming right now?
Yeah.
And then after that, come in here and talk with us about daylight savings. This is one of our topics. Okay.
We'll do.
All right. All right.
All right, guys.
All right. See you in a sec.
Okay. All right. So we want to talk about the Lost Kitchen now. Let's pull up this.
I mean, every year this is such a talker because
it is.
Now that she's on the Magnolia Network, her book. I mean, she's such an inspiration. Her story.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that I think since 2016 now, when they reopened up in Freedom, I mean, this has just become a cult following.
It's amazing. No, it's incredible. And she's wonderful. But it's kind of interesting. They're back, for another season, and you write your postcard and they choose them at random, I believe.
They do. Yes. Starting April 1st. So I think starting tomorrow, those start getting picked out of the mail. And you get to choose your reservation date. And they only make a handful.
Yes.
Season's very short.
Very exclusive. And now we're learning that they're actually raising prices, which is causing, or just stirring up conversation about it. $250 a person, which is pretty expensive.
It's a hefty price for a meal.
And that doesn't, just for the meal. And I mean, people have gone and said it's life-changing.
We've had
they love it.
Jen Long, our former anchor, and a couple of our producers have gone, and they just said, I mean, it's an experience.
Yeah.
Right? You get like 9 or 10 different courses. They bring over.
And it's just whatever they do. Like they serve you. Set menu and everything. So we're just curious, would you pay $250 per person to go to this, once in a lifetime dining experience?
Middle of Freedom, Maine.
So it's $250 a person. It's a 28% increase over last year and a 163% increase over 2016 before it obviously blew up in popularity.
Does it say what they were charging back in 2016?
In 2014, when they opened up, prices were about $60 to $68 for the tasting menu. So it's a 5-hour multi-course dinner, does not include tax, tips, or drinks.
I mean, 5 hours is a long time.
I know.
An average person sits in a restaurant for 2 hours,
right?
Maybe an hour.
5 hours is a lot.
So that's an experience.
Yes.
I mean, you're going there and you're going to have probably some of the best food you've had.
Right. It's a bit of a drive too.
It's a bit of a drive.
But yeah, it's really interesting.
It's been one of our top stories this week.
And
certainly just as a talker overall.
It's hard to pass up an opportunity like that. I would have to think about it if the price, I'm curious if inflation is part of this too.
Sure
the cost of all the ingredients. I don't know.
She's farm to table.
Right.
I think everything that is there changes with whatever's fresh.
Thank you. I'll take that. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So I am a little curious more so like, is it because just they're popular or are there other factors?
Yeah. I'm sure she'll still have a sold out season. I would not doubt it.
100%. I totally agree.
I mean, I sent in my postcard. We'll see.
Yeah.
I've sent it in the past few years, except for during the pandemic.
How long do we have to send it? Is it too late? I forget.
No, I think you can continue to send it through mid-April.
Okay.
Almost.
I think I'm going to.
It's worth it,
Yeah.
You never know what can happen. I've never been chosen, but.
This is so crazy. So the restaurant received 10,000 calls in 24 hours to its reservation line in 2017.
I remember we covered this, and it actually shut down the phone lines at the fire department.
Yep.
And that's why they switched to the reservation system through the postcards because they didn't want to.
Of course. And they are probably shocked. Yes. It's insane.
Overloaded the phone lines.
In 2018, reservations moved to the postcard system and 20,000 people sent postcards for tables. And you're right.
They're keeping the postal service alive with the stamps alone.
I know. That's incredible. And something interesting for locals, if you are really interested in this, apparently, because everyone sends postcards from all over the country and even parts of the world. But if you can't if they call you out of state and you're like, well, I can't make it on that day, they turn to local postcards. They focus more on Maine postcards. So you actually kind of have a little bit more of a chance if you're local in Maine. Yes, because you're drivable and you're probably more flexible. You don't have to plan a flight around
choose some of those dates.
Yeah. But it's interesting too. My aunt in Colorado sent me this a couple months ago and said, I've been sending postcards the past couple years. I had no idea that she even knew about this restaurant, but I think maybe she watched the show on the Magnolia Network. So you got to imagine that's going to, and I'm curious how many postcards total they'll receive this year, So yeah, let us know what you think. But I'm sure they'll have a very successful season. And I want to say hi, good morning to everyone. Come on in, Johnny.
Oh, hey, Johnny.
Travis says, good morning, gang, and welcome back, Katie. Thank you.
Bridget worked, she's all the way from West Tennessee, my old market.
That's awesome.
Worked there almost 10 years ago next year.
Wow.
Just crazy to think.
That is crazy.
Glad you're still following along, Bridget. Thank you.
Okay. So we are going to move on to Johnny's. Hi, Johnny.
Hey,
Come on in, buddy.
How you doing?
Come on in, buddy.
Happy Friday.
Okay. I'm going to kind of do this. No,
Johnny was down at Cape Elizabeth this morning at Portland Headline.
Which I would do with Katie. I would do that every morning if I could.
I know.
It was beautiful.
You guys should have came out there, put the desk out there, bring a teleprompter.
Tell us about your story and the buzz.
So right now in Augusta, there's some public hearings going on for 3 daylight savings related bills.
Yeah.
And one of them.
Yeah. Go.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
One of them would keep it this daylight savings year round. We would have later sunsets in the winter, therefore later sunrises as well,
right?
Which is kind of why that hasn't passed anywhere really yet.
Mm-hmm.
Another one would make it Eastern Standard Time year round, which is that winter time period. That what is it set at 3:45 sometimes? It's
I think that's the earliest
sunsets.
So that would keep
right
us
in. So that would keep us, and that's
what we just got back from year round.
Yes, which would mean shorter nights in the summer, which not a lot of people want either.
Yeah.
And there's a third one, and that's just to direct UMaine to study what would happen if we stayed daylight savings, which is also Atlantic time, which some of the Canadian provinces.
Yeah, Nova Scotia and most of them are already in that.
And then a lot of people on Facebook and everywhere commented, "Hey, I like flip-flopping. It's they'll deal with
to keep.
That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know.
A big reason for that is, you got to stay with New York and the East Coast.
That's
the world revolves around it.
Right.
If we were to do it, and then all of a sudden you're driving into New Hampshire, and they didn't do it, it would be very odd to go back and forth.
It would be
what
weird.
New Mexico just does right now.
Right.
Right.
And that's just either we do it as a country or we don't do it at all.
Right. And so somebody actually brought up the point, hey, if we do it, some people might follow, because there have been national bills that have just stalled, and every bills on every subject stall, right?
Do.
But this one particularly, people don't want to change. They wouldn't mind going back and forth, which is what we're doing now. And I don't know. I think you have to stay, in my mind,
consistent
with the East Coast, because the world revolves around it. If there's Olympics across the world, they plan it around New York time zones.
They do.
And which is nice to be here. They care about, but if you go up to other parts of Maine, up down east, you get shorter days.
Yeah, you go to Eastport.
So very different.
Yeah, I know.
So I see the points, and I also understand why people. A lot of people were saying, and we actually, have some new interviews coming up. We ran into some people because obviously Cape Elizabeth, Fort Williams is a popular spot to walk the dogs in the morning.
Yeah.
So they were kind enough to stop on their walks and be on TV for a few minutes.
You'll have that at noon today.
Yep, we'll have that at noon. And hopefully 5:32, and that will be. They were like, "Hey, the practical reasons as to why we do this don't make sense anymore.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that was
we
for
have
farmers
lights.
back in the
Farmers,
1800s.
yeah.
We have lights. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's kind of the thing.
Now, what's
Alright.
next
No,
with
it's
the
a fun
bills?
morning.
Do those go before the legislature?
Public
They're going to
hearings
debate
today?
those?
So the public hearings are probably happening right now. for
Okay.
those. Yeah, they started at 9, but there's a bunch of bills. You know how that stuff works. Up in Augusta right now.
Drags along.
Yep, and of course, you know, it was fun to choose KP as the spot. For
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
we have a couple cool shots of the sunrise that you can see at noon too, because we filmed the stand-ups for it kind of throughout the morning.
Oh,
so
perfect. You had a little different.
We'll play with that.
Nice.
A little bit.
Awesome.
Love
it'll
it.
Look fun. Yeah.
All right, Johnny. Well, thanks
thanks
for
for
the
coming in.
update.
One other thing.
Oh, yes.
I'm doing my mental. A lot of us have done mental health stories this year.
Sinclair Cares Town Hall.
Yeah.
So I caught up with some University of Southern Maine student athletes this week. One of their wrestlers, some track people. They have a mental health coach in their athletic department. So I sat down with them for an hour, and it could have lasted longer.
Wow.
And you know, they had a lot to say, and so we're putting that together for tonight too.
Great.
And of course, all the local and national news we cover as well. But
Love all kinds
thanks,
of
guys.
stuff.
It's fun having you in the mornings here.
I know
been a
we've had
blast.
so
Katie,
much
fun
fun
having you
today.
back. Everyone
Thank
have a
you.
great weekend.
Good.
Great weekend. There it is.
All right, we're gonna
Thanks,
move
Johnny.
I'm gonna
on.
go take this tie off.
Yes,
All right.
get comfy.
Have fun.
Bye,
Okay.
Johnny.
All right, let's talk about.
I love this story. This is Katie's Maine
This is
Makers
awesome.
segment this week.
Yeah, this was so much fun. So I talked with the founders of Marin Skincare. Basically, they were bioengineering undergrads at UMaine. There they are.
At LL Bean.
Yep. So this was years ago that they were in school, and Amber was suffering from debilitating eczema. You know, didn't want to leave the house.
Sure.
I mean, skin conditions, especially on your
Oh
face,
my gosh,
it's
you feel
awful.
so self-conscious.
Right. And so it kind of inspired them to think about some solutions. And they had a professor there who was studying lobster glycoproteins and had a thought that maybe this could somehow, basically it's how it allows lobsters to regenerate limbs.
Okay.
And so they were like,
If that
maybe
could do
this
that
could
for skin.
for skin, right? And so they did this little prototype with the lobster proteins and Vaseline, and she saw a difference in days using this. And so then they perfected, they did launched their, fundraising campaign, all that, and they sort of developed this, recipe, and it's gone crazy. They're selling out, and then they're restocking, and the word has spread very quickly about it. And the photos, the before and after photos,
They
speak for themselves.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, we used it. You had brought in a couple tubes. And just on your hands.
Oh, it's amazing.
Right now, when things are so dry,
Yeah.
it just felt so good. And it's not. Christian was saying it's not oily or
It's not
anything.
greasy. So they're a lovely couple, and just so excited. And I love that they went to school in Maine. It's Maine made. It's using lobster. So how much more Maine can you get? And now they're launching the line in LL Bean, which is just so iconic.
And then
too.
I think you said that they're going to be doing ones for your scalp.
Yep, they have 4 new products coming out this fall. I think they're working with Sea Bags to get the lobster cream in Sea Bags too, and they want to keep growing, and just keep spreading the word.
It's something you'd never think about.
No, I've never heard of this. But it's not just for extreme skincare issues either.
It's
you
just
can just
for
regular
daily
nice
wear and tear,
cream, and if you want to support local Maine made products, then it's great. So they're just awesome, and they want to help people, and that's what they're doing. So
I love your Mainers Makers segment, just because there's so many great companies out there that we can be shopping at that are here in our state that you don't even know about. And there could be good alternative to something that you're getting at a big box store.
Absolutely.
It's great to feature local craftsmen.
Yep. So they're just cranking out more lotions so they can keep meeting the demand. I know.
It's pretty incredible.
It's pretty cool. So and you can watch the full story on our website right now, and we have a link to if you want to order it as well. So
LL Bean.
Exactly, just go to LL Bean. All right, Christian, you ready, Freddie?
Oh, I sure am. I'm here, and I love that cream as well. Yes, like Dan was saying, it is just so nice because it's not an oily, greasy kind of lotion. It rubs right in, and that's
like velvet. I was really shocked by the consistency of it.
Yes, and I have very sensitive skin, so that kind of thing is just perfect for me as well. But
I know.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was so dry. It was a great day to use that.
I was using it yesterday.
Yeah, and today a little different. We're going to see some snow moving in as we head into run through the timing of our storm here real quick. We're going to start as snow this evening, and then we will see a switch to rain at some point later on tonight. But just be aware, between about 8 p.m. and midnight or so, there could be some slick spots out there with the snow that we will see coming down. And then it's all rain tomorrow morning. It's going to be coming down all through the morning hours. And this is what I was talking about. Great, just sleeping in weather, just laying in bed all morning, listening to the rain falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just a great day to stay inside and watch some TV, read a book, make some Dan Lamparello pasta sauce. That is what is on the menu for tomorrow.
Now I have to make sauce tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know. We're pressuring you into it, Dan. But as we head into the afternoon, we'll see clearing. And this is the exciting part about tomorrow, I think, is that we've got the potential to see 60 degrees for the first time in Portland since November 12th. It's definitely not a guarantee tomorrow, but it's a possibility. We'll see a few hours of clearing in the afternoon, and we'll really warm things up. Middle and upper 50s look likely. And then as we head into the evening, a line of storms looks to move on through. We could even see a little bit of small hail and some gusty winds with those as well. So all sorts of things going on in our weather here over the next 24 hours. But hopefully we get some really warm weather and just a few hours of dry time tomorrow to get out and enjoy it.
All right, we'll take it
today.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
tomorrow.
It can't be perfect, but we got some dry hours and some lazy hours.
It's spring in Maine.
Yeah. All right, Christian. Well, it's been a blast, you guys, and happy Friday, and hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
And thanks for joining me, Dan.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Dan, and thanks for tuning in, everybody, and stay dry out there tomorrow.